Welcome. Eager to share, wanting to share, desiring to share our opening line. Tracy is the medium in which collective consciousness flows through. Tracy has moved aside to allow source energy to, we want to say, convey insights and wisdom, to allow space for ones to feel better than perhaps one is feeling. All the, we want to say, transmission, if you will, all the receiving through Tracy is based upon the foundation of love, compassion, kindness, forgiveness. And in that, it all branches out. This day, Tracy is pondering a decision. And she, we want to say, came to us and asked for guidance. What do you think is the best thing? She asked. What do you think? And we shared with her, follow your heart. Follow your heart. And so we wanted to create a segment on making decisions. So often one stumble upon decisions to be made, or they have to make a decision very quickly. And they want the time to allow space to have the knowing that what they have decided upon is the best for one's future steps, if you will. And then there are times where decisions are made just in an instant, almost just a spark of light, and the decision is made, and there it is, and all feels grand. Isn't it fascinating that when one's ponder life travels, one's only feel regret, if you will, in something that did not unfold how one was hoping, desiring, wishing for it to unfold. And here is even more fascinating. Isn't it something that what one feels should have unfolded, so disappointed at the time, it didn't come, the outcome was not as one was expecting. And time goes on and one looks back and is so grateful, so thankful that one did not receive what one thought, or the road did not take them where they thought. So decisions fall into that unknown. Is it a fork in the road? Is it just an easy sort of maneuvering along? Life decisions. And how do you know what is the best decision for yourself and naturally for others? Naturally for others. So we want to lighten this up a little bit because we want to share that you are choosing. Call it a decision, call it a choice, sort of one in the same ballpark. But you choose every moment in time. Every moment there's a choice. Every moment you are creating your movement forward, if you will. So to ponder or to bring forth a decision, to allow something in an outcome. Now most times one is searching for something to allow space to feel better than perhaps one is feeling. So a decision today may not be the decision tomorrow or a week from now, or it may not even be a decision that you would have made perhaps 10 years ago. So we want to say the best guidance that we can share on making a decision is truly to come forth with the sense of love being the foundation of the choices made. Love is the answer to all things. We are not kidding. When one is creating a space to make a decision and it is based on fear, and oftentimes it is based on sort of a rash decision, not giving it enough time to ponder. Or perhaps it is something that's truly calling one forth to experience And one must make a decision to let go of, we want to say, insecurities to be able to move forward. So there's hundreds and thousands of reasons to make a decision. And there's hundreds and thousands of reasons to make a choice. And we have always conveyed in our message that it is a choice to choose how you feel about any one thing. So we guided Tracy very gently. Follow your heart. And when you are following your heart, we would encourage you to look at the perception of what you are wanting to create. And we say perception of, because she was not feeling very good about not doing something and not feeling good about doing something. So truly felt she has not completed her decision just this day. She feels that she is torn. And when ones are torn between sort of being in a rock and a hard place, and as she put it, I feel like my back is up against the wall. I have to do something to create something that I am desiring. Not sure what it is. I am to move forward. I don't know what the best decision is for me. I don't know what to do. And so when you are in that space where you truly, it's not about putting it off, decide another day. It's not about that. But when your heart is unsettled, your heart will let you know. But you must be able to find the space to speak gently to your heart. A quiet moment for yourself. A gentle inhale, exhale for yourself to bring forth where the decision is being made from. Ask yourself, am I deciding this because I am in fear? And fear, think about that. It can be anything from feeling insecure, feeling unworthy, not entitled to or not deserving of, or it's going to hurt someone. There's, again, hundreds of thousands. We want this to be very general, very general. When you have the knowing to search deep within, and we do say heart, but truly your inner essence of all that you are, we'll say God within, will guide you, and so will your higher self. And one may say, higher self, what are you talking about? This is a bunch of BS. Just tell me what I'm to do. And we are sharing with you that your heart and your inner essence and your higher self, and we'll use that as a next segment, if you will, always has your answer. Always has your answer. A decision that you are pondering for any length of time truly comes from the knowing that rushing is not the best decision. And that's what we mean by every moment there is decision to be made. What to eat, what to wear, what time to leave, what to set up. Just think about your daily routine. And it is such a routine at times, it doesn't feel like you are making a decision about any one thing. But you most certainly are. Every moment in time is a choice. And we share when you are receiving, if you will, from the depths of your inner essence. Your inner essence is the purest sense of love there is. Your divine, authentic self is who you are, and in your divine, authentic self holds the purest sense and state of euphoric love. In that space also holds joy, naturally so. It also holds the greatest sense of compassion, the expansion of kindness, and the healing of forgiveness. So when you go within to make a decision for any one thing, whether it be what to have for lunch or something that is life-changing, if you will, find a gentle, quiet space, and sometimes it's just an inhale, and ask your inner essence as though it is part of you, but looking out after you. Just think of it that way. Your higher self, just to touch on that, think of your higher self as a part of you that truly is an eternal light. Again, we will create the next video about the higher self, inner essence. So just think that you are looking out after you. And in eternal light, there's a different perspective than how you in physical form can see the world. So your higher self, if you will, is truly just part of you guiding through your steps upon Mother Earth. When you chose to arrive to Mother Earth, there's a part of you that says, okay, I'll watch from here, and you go and experience life upon Mother Earth. Walk in physical form, and I will hold you and I will guide you. And I will let you know what's ahead, because I will be able to see further, if you will, as divine eternal light. Now, to some, this is a bunch of BS, and we understand, and we do not want to change any beliefs. It either resonates with you or it does not. And we feel that if you found this video, perhaps it would resonate with you. So your higher self is most certainly one with your heart space and your inner essence. So just think of a beautiful stream of light, of energy flowing through you, and all the wisdom is held within this divine eternal light held for you. And the miracle is you can call forth your very own wisdom at any moment in time, and it is a choice to do so. So when you are pondering your choices, anything from what is best for me to eat this day, to something life-changing, a move across the country, wanting to propose to another, if you will, or just making decisions, and for yourself and for others. So many times the decision has to be made for others, and it feels like it is for others, removing oneself. Well, I made that decision because, well, I have responsibilities. I have, and fill in the blank. Again, there are hundreds of thousands of reasons to decide something every moment in time. It is a decision, unknowing or knowing. So be mindful to call forth the greatest part of you, who you truly are, to make any decision, from something so light-hearted to something that feels very heavy and weighted. Answers are always within. Answers are always within. And it is very true that your higher self can see beyond what you can see. So think of it, it's a metaphor used often enough. But just think of it, you're standing, there's a mountain and there's a valley. You're standing in the valley looking at the world through where you can see, the perception of. Think of your higher self standing on top of the mountain, looking out and looking down, and able to see the roads that you wish to travel on. So your higher self may see that there's a detour where you are heading and say, oh no, take this route. It'll take longer, but you'll get around that with much more ease. So it is intuitive. It's not a loud voice that's going to come down and say, oh, go this way. But there are times where ones will hear a voice that'll say, stop, well, when they're driving, or don't do that, and it is an instant. That is the connection we speak about. There are times where your inner essence and your higher self, your higher being, your higher light, if you will, is able to give you a rush very quickly, to allow space, to allow you to understand that perhaps there's danger ahead, and then mildly it'll fall, oh, my gut said don't do it, and I did it anyway. The decision made. And oh no, I knew not to do it, and I did it, and oh, what a mess. Oh, I'm not going to do that again. There is always guidance in divine light, and you are part and piece of the whole. So just be mindful, if you will, to be knowing that there is a direct conversation to be had. Again, how you receive it? Intuition. What is intuition? A knowing of. How do you receive it? Well, it is a feeling, is it not? So when you are making a decision about any one thing, and you are really stuck in the answer, you're just really unsure, just unsure your steps. Tracy is very unsure. She's not comfortable not making the decision, and she's not comfortable making the decision, because she's sort of in that in-between, wanting to make sure. So in that, we guided. Follow your heart. Be very mindful how you are feeling about it. And if you are not feeling good about it, because she's not feeling good about the situation, and she's not truly feeling good about changing it as well. So she's sort of stuck where she's just not feeling good about any one thing. So we guided. How can you change your perception of what it is you are wanting, or what it is you are experiencing? Change perception. Can you feel better about it? What are the we want to say benefits, but what is the passion that will call you forth, that would create you to make this decision? And we encouraged her, go the route where, if you are going to do something, if you're stepping forward into the unknown, do it with the most grace and love that you can be. Do it with the understanding that how you feel about it will certainly impact the outcome of it. It only makes sense. We talk about vibration. And if you go forth with the greatest of uncertainty, you go forth and you just have that feeling, I shouldn't do this, or I really don't know. I just don't know. Do it. Throw the dice. Just do it anyway. There's a vibration of unsteadiness. So when you start walking, it doesn't feel too steady on your feet. And then the outcome, chances are, once will say, I knew I shouldn't have done that. I just knew I shouldn't have done that. And then there are times where the knowing is so grand, you cannot imagine not doing anything but making the decision for yourself. So to wrap it up, to place it in a beautiful package with a wonderful bow on it, when you are making decisions, follow your heart. Now, some will say, yeah, but my logic, follow my heart, sure, that sounds great, but I have this and I have that and I have responsibility, and I can't just follow my heart and do whatever I please. I have to be somewhere. I have to please people. It is understood. That's your logical mind, and we're not saying do not tune in to your logical mind. Logic is most likely what brought you to the decision in the first place. Thinking about something, pondering something, logic was what brought you to make the decision. What we are sharing is that asking your heart, your inner essence, your higher self, for a guidance that can see beyond what you can see, is there waiting for you to ask, if you will. Truly, it is like that. So, when you are pondering a decision, we would gently guide to find a very quiet moment. Your heart whispers. Your inner essence is so gentle. Your higher self is expansive in the wholeness and the vastness and the oneness. And it also is extremely gentle. It's always gentle guidance. And if it feels anything but loving, it's not loving guidance from your higher self, and it's not your God within. If what you feel has arrived as an answer, and it doesn't feel like love or relief or healing or tender or understanding, if it doesn't feel compassionate or kind or caring or forgiving, if you will, that came from someplace else, could have just been a thought, not your heart. Your heart, your inner essence, God within, higher self, only speaks in the language of love. And how does it speak? Through the feeling. You are truly tuning into the feeling. What are you passionate about? What inspires you? You know when you're inspired. You get an idea and it inspires you. Puts a spark in your whole being. That's love. That is love. Passion. It's love. So if the guidance does not feel loving, it is not from your heart. Your heart will always guide you with love, and that is why we say love is the answer to all things. And you can use your logic mind. If all this is just a little bit, couldn't be bothered, use your logic mind and ask yourself, if love is the answer, what is my next step? That's simple. That's simple. Your answers will arrive. But isn't it a miracle that they can arrive through you, from you, because it's you? Fascinating, is it not? We think it is. So we guided Tracy, follow your heart and find the best feeling. If you are going to place this forward, place it forward from a place of feeling good about it. Don't place it forward because you feel your back is against the wall. Don't place it forward because there's a bit of fear. Don't place it forward because of disappointment. Because of disappointment, do not place it forward in these emotions. Find the space for the decision to have the greatest feeling. The greatest feeling. And truly, it takes a shift in perception. We said, what would make this feel better for you? Well, if I was grateful about it, she answered. And isn't it the truth? If you're grateful for the outcome or the decision itself, gratitude is such a vibration of loving energy that you will make the decision from loving energy. Imagine if every decision that you made or everyone else made was through divine loving energy. What would your world look like? Would there be war on the planet? Absolutely not. Because in love holds the greatest sense of compassion and understanding and healing, forgiveness and kindness, all wrapped up in that beautiful package. Oh, it's grand. So when you can find a space to tune into, to bring forth your inner essence, and almost feels like sort of pulling forth from higher place, your higher self, coming forth, bringing, and it just emerges in the sense and the fullness and the feeling of love. The feeling, the fullness of loving divine energy. If it feels anything but, It's not from your heart, we assure you. So, we want to say, create your days and make your decisions from the place of the pureness of love, which is who you naturally are. It's covered under life experience. So, we will conclude our segment on making decisions. We do hope it assists. If it is helpful, that is wonderful. Find, and it's not a search because it is who you are, but bring forth the grandest sense of love in all that you do, all that you create, and your steps upon Mother Earth will be an unfolding of something so grand, it will feel as though you are bringing miracles to you, and that is exactly what is created, and that is what happens when one finds the purest sense of love as the foundation of all things. Really, really, really good. There is great love for you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.